She had just $27 left in her bank account. The rent was overdue, and tomorrow her children would wake up expecting breakfast. The refrigerator was almost empty. She smiled at her children, pretending everything was fine, while silently wondering how she would make it through another day. Every morning began before sunrise. She worked 2 exhausting jobs, but no matter how hard she tried, the bills always arrived faster than her paycheck. Then an old friend invited her to learn about a network marketing business. Everyone else called it a waste of time, but she saw one last chance to change her family's future. Friends laughed, relatives shook their heads. They told her to stop dreaming and find a real job. But deep inside, she refused to let their opinions become her future. She made her first phone call with hope in her heart. The answer came quickly: no. Then another no, and another. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. She filled page after page with rejected names, but every rejection taught her something new. After the 327th rejection, she sat alone in her car, wondering if everyone had been right all along. Maybe it really was impossible. That night, she packed every product into a cardboard box. She whispered to herself, "Tomorrow, I quit." Before going to bed, her little daughter handed her a drawing. It showed her wearing a superhero cape. Underneath were the words, "My mom never gives up." The next morning, she unpacked the box. She looked in the mirror, took a deep breath, and decided to give herself one final chance. She attended a small community business event. She wasn't expecting success anymore. She was simply looking for one reason not to give up. There, she met a quiet woman sitting alone. She would later remember her as person number 328. Instead of giving a sales pitch, she shared her real story: the sleepless nights, the unpaid bills, the tears, and the dream she refused to abandon. The woman smiled and said, "I don't just want your product, I want to learn from someone who never gave up." Those words changed everything. The 2 women began working together. They focused on helping people, building trust, and growing one step at a time. 1 customer became 2. 2 became 10. The small team slowly grew into a thriving business built on honesty, consistency, and service. Years later, Emma held the keys to her very first home. The dream that once felt impossible had finally become reality. But her greatest reward wasn't the house or the income. It was hearing her children laugh without fear of tomorrow. When people asked what changed her life, she smiled and said, "It wasn't the 328th person. It was my decision not to quit after the 327th rejection." Sometimes success isn't waiting for the smartest person or the luckiest one. It's waiting for the person who chooses to take one more step when everyone else has already stopped. Because your next conversation, your next opportunity, or your next decision could change your life forever.